Hey, good morning, my friends. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torgrosa. I'm out of tropical shirts. I wore so many in a row. Um, this is the best I can do for us. And I kid a little bit in that I won't need them anymore. We're going to be cooling down for a couple of days and then inching back up towards 70 degrees by early next week. So I will show that to you coming up here in just a moment. But first, pretty simple weather forecast. By the way, this is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa on the MLive Morning Weather Update. Thanks for joining me. And if you could hit the share button right now, I'd appreciate it very much. And I just want to give a couple of shout outs. Arlene Makzik, thanks for watching. And Carol McDougall from Glenny. Good morning. Hey, Don Clark from R&R Farms. How's the harvesting going? I got to come visit you. I was trying yesterday, but I just didn't make it. So maybe today. And Nancy Goodchild. Good morning, Mount Clemens. Bob Clark, my raft is out of the water. It's been out of the water for a while. All right, so here we go. The story is a storm system down to the southwest, Missouri, Arkansas, Oklahoma. That's where the storm center is, and it's moving toward the northeast. So it holds up the rain for much of today, and then it brings the rain into our region. So, right now, most of lower Michigan looking to stay dry for the day. Let me get you the updated rapid refresh here so we can get a better look at it. And here we go. All right, and that's the beauty of the rapid refresh is that it comes in every hour, so we get a new look. So this is noon. Okay. And I've been finding that this model doesn't show as much precipitation as what's typically out there lately. And you can kind of see that, compared to what the radar shows. But it gives you a good indicator of what's going to happen. So this is 3 o'clock this afternoon. So you're still dry probably through 3 this afternoon, Grand Rapids and Kalamazoo, and definitely on the east side of the state. Now this is 4, 5, 6 o'clock. So I figure at 6 o'clock, we're going to have the rain starting up in the western part of the state, not yet in Ann Arbor or Detroit or Flint, Saginaw. Hey, Paul Seeley's in Slidell, Louisiana, where it's probably warm. This is this evening, 9 o'clock. So now we have the rain in the center part of the state, 10, 11, midnight, 1, 2, 3 in the morning. So basically the rain's starting up overnight tonight. Then we pick up with the next model that goes out a little further. And we're into, this is this evening, this is midnight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tomorrow morning. So you can see why I'm saying Wednesday's a wet day. Morning hours in the western half of the state, and then we go to noon, and it's creeping into the eastern half and sporadic still in the southeast. And we go to the middle of tomorrow afternoon, and it's wet on the east side of the state. Nick Delfonso? Seriously? Tokyo? I don't know about that. And then by Wednesday evening, 8 o'clock, it's pretty well done and off to the east. So it's a Tuesday night, Wednesday rain. European shows this is tomorrow's rain in a 6-hour period from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. So all of Lower Michigan gets some rain at that point. And then 2 p.m. to 8 p.m., it's the eastern half of the state. Todd White, why does Southeast Michigan always get dry slotted? At this time of the year, the storm tracks, the center of the storms, are still tracking to the northwest of Southeast Lower Michigan. They're tracking into the UP, maybe far northern lower. And so the dry slot is usually on the south side of that. And that will change. By the time we get to late November or December, they start to track just south of Southeast Lower Michigan, and we're in the solid rain or snow shield at that point. So Thursday, after Wednesday's rain, Thursday's dry, a great day to get something done outside. Friday's a great day to get something done. These are crucial weekends for us you know, weekend warriors for projects that we have to get done. Tony McGurr, should we expect this pattern of warmer and cooler temperatures throughout the winter? Yes, that is a good point. I just posted yesterday. I interviewed the Climate Prediction Center's long-range forecasters, the ones that make the winter forecast, and what they said is expect high variability. We could have periods of quite warm weather for winter, followed by a period of cold weather, and they have us in a wet pattern, which means it could be a sloppy, could be a snowy, could be an icy winter. All right, so we're into this weekend, and it looks like great weather. Now, this is Sunday night. This is Monday morning. So Monday is our next 24-hour period of showers. Nothing really robust or substantial, and no strong cold front until we get out to 10 days. The colder air trying to build in northern Michigan and northern lower and the UP, but not so in southern lower just yet. So we're going to stay pretty mild. How much rain out of this? Looks like the western northwest half of the state, let's call it from Kalamazoo, Benton Harbor, Grand Rapids, up to near Alpena, back to the west through Traverse City and Cadillac. It's about an inch of rain. And southeast of that line, Saginaw Bay City, Midland, Flint, Ann Arbor, Detroit, maybe a couple of tenths, maybe a few little streaks in there of a half inch to 3/4 of an inch. So the soaking rain looks like it's going to be in the northwest half of lower Michigan. All right, now temperatures. Today we're in the 70s for much of lower Michigan. Tomorrow, 60-ish hanging on in the southeast, 40s in the far north. And then Thursday, the tropical shirts are gone, at least for a while. But hey, I want to remind you, I can wear a tropical shirt anytime I want. It's just above normal temperatures. It doesn't have to be 80 for me to wear a tropical shirt. I can go ahead and put one on in December when it's going to be 45. So see, I leave myself some outs there. Okay. Thursday, 50. You're going to need a jacket. Friday, tack on 5 degrees, mid 50s. Saturday, tack on another 5 degrees, 60 to 62-ish. And then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of next week into the 60s. And Wednesday, flirting with 70, if not 70. And then the cooler air starts to come in. So remember, we are going to be on the dividing line now. We have quite a cold pool up to the north in Canada. It's still fairly warm to the south. And this is what November is about in Michigan, the dividing line. Wind shifts, front moves 100 miles or 200 miles to the south, you're only in the 40s. Shifts back to the north, you're back into the 60s. Right now, we lean more toward being slightly warmer than normal the next 10 days than being colder than normal. And we have the rain coming in on tomorrow. So get your stuff done today. You're back to a hoodie or sweatshirt on Thursday. And then as we get into the weekend, it's very nice weather to continue some before the snow flies type projects or some fun too. Do we ever get to have any fun anymore? Is it all just projects, or is that the way my life is right now? Oh well, I rant. Thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. It'll become more important as we get into winter because I'll be honest, I'm a little excited because it looks like there's going to be stuff for me to do this winter to keep you informed with this La Nina track and the active storm track that's going to be anticipated. So take care and enjoy your Tuesday. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa.